coming off the heels of WWE Evolution. Welcome to the Halloween edition of the Wrestling Radar podcast, coming to you live on Ram Nation Radio app, streaming live on Facebook, and watch us on demand anytime at youtube.com/The Wrestling Radar. As always, I'm joined by my co-host Ryan. Ryan, how's it going?
Going good, Nick. How about you?
I'm in there. I'm hanging in there.
Yeah, that's all you got to do. Like you said, we're coming off the heels of Evolution. What a great show, Nick. I mean, we, kind of downplayed it a lot on last week's show, but it ended up being a pretty solid show overall.
Yeah, which, I mean, I always thought that it was going to be because I knew that, the woman that were on the show realized that they had an opportunity to, really stand out and make a statement, and then they really did.
Yeah, definitely. We had a fun day. Of course, we were there in attendance, so we just had a blast the whole day. We organized a pretty cool tailgate. A lot of our friends came by. We just had such a great time at the whole entire day, basically. Like, it was more than just the event for us, which is cool, which is what we try and do when we go to these events. This wasn't a trip because it's like 20 minutes from our house, but we had a lot of fun with everybody. So shout out to all of our friends we got to hang out with all day. And then, of course, when the event's good, it makes everything a lot better.
Yeah, I feel like that's what you got to do. You gotta make the day worth it, because if you just go to the event, it's a bad show. You feel like you're wasting your time, rather than if you travel, or like you said, do what we did, you tailgate. You really, you can make a day out of it and make the experience a lot better.
Yeah, definitely. So let's just jump right into the show right off the bat and talk about our experience. So it started off with Trish Stratus and Lita versus Mickie James and Alicia Fox. We didn't even get to talk about this because obviously the news broke on Friday that Alexa Bliss was pulled from the match due to concussions, I believe. So Alicia Fox was her replacement. They teased that on Raw. Pretty good opener. It was cool to see Lita and Trish wrestle live in person.
Yeah, I definitely think it was a hot opener to get the crowd going. The crowd was already fired up from the beginning, but putting that match first was a really good decision to open the show. And I really don't think that Alexa Bliss not being in the match downplayed the match at all. I think that it was still a big fight feel match, and obviously everyone was there to see Trish and Lita. So we can go see Alexa Bliss wrestle whenever we want. Seeing Trish and Lita is a pretty rare occurrence. So.
Yeah, definitely. So they got the win. It was a pretty solid opener, like I said. It's kind of, I guess, not weird that they opened up in that match because you got to start out hot. But overall, pretty good stuff. Let's talk about the Battle Royal. I think if there's one thing, Nick, about this show that I have to complain about, it's this.
Yeah, I definitely agree. I don't think that Nia, as much as I like Nia Jax, I'm not trying to downplay her and her success, but I do not think that she should have won this Battle Royal.
Yeah, no, I don't think so either, and that was my problem with it. I thought overall the match was good. I just didn't like the fact that Nia Jax went over. I don't understand it. It's more so like I just don't understand. I'm a little confused because
I'm confused because we just got finished with a Nia Jax and Ronda Rousey storyline. So when is she going to get her, her opportunity? Because I mean, right now obviously they announced, the other night that Becky Lynch will verse Ronda Rousey at Survivor Series. So that's a shot she's not getting for the title of Nia Jax.
Yeah.
Then what, they just going to throw it at a random pay-per-view? It just doesn't make, the timing of it doesn't make sense.
I know. That's just the thing. Like, when is she going to get this opportunity? Like, I don't know. Like, I don't understand. Like, they never specified that, so I have no idea when she's going to get this opportunity. But again, this was an opportunity for somebody fresh, somebody new to win this, like Ember Moon, who was one of the last two people, and I really thought she was going to go over. I really thought my prediction was going to be right. Did you predict her too last week?
No, I predicted Zelina Vega, and you should have seen. I wish there was a camera on my face when Nia Jax and Ember Moon were hanging over the ropes, and I see Zelina Vega hop back in the ring. I thought she was going to flip them both over, and my prediction was going to come true. But unfortunately, that didn't happen. Nia Jax threw Zelina Vega out of the ring, actually right on top of Tamina. I'm not sure if you even caught that.
Yeah.
Tamina was trying to get up just so she could walk out, and here comes Zelina Vega, kick right to the face, basically.
Yeah, it was pretty dangerous spot. But like I said, good Battle Royal overall. Didn't like the result. Curious to see what happens. And, Ronda and Nia did have a good match at Money in the Bank. Like, there's no denying that.
Yeah.
I think Nia Jax actually was one of Ronda's best opponents so far in WWE. Some people could disagree with that. That's okay. I happen to like that match at Money in the Bank a lot. It's a lot better than the two matches that she had with Alexa Bliss, I'll tell you that. So overall, it should be a good match, a good rematch, but we were hoping for something new. We did not get that.
Yeah, I mean, you hope that they didn't just give it to her because oh she's family was with the Roman Reigns and in honor
Yeah.
him that what she's going through. You hope that that's not wasn't a pity win, but at the end of the day, good for her. She obviously deserves it. She's definitely improved in her time on Raw. So
Absolutely. All right, so
then there was the tag match, Riot Squad versus
Mhm.
Sasha, Bailey, and Natalia. Um, it was a match. It was a normal match. I mean, I think like you said, I agree that it was one of the better ones that they've had.
Mhm.
Because obviously we've seen this match a couple of times. I think it was one of the better ones. I think because the crowd was very into it. The very good crowd on
Oh.
Sunday night. From the beginning, the entire show, that crowd was cheering, chanting. So it definitely added to the feeling of the match.
Yeah, coming into this, I literally just did not care about this. I should have went to the bathroom. I should have went to go get something to eat. But I gave it a chance. I really did, and the match was really, really good. There's no denying that. I just, afterwards I said to myself, wow, that was really good. But the fact that we've seen it so many times before, and the fact that we just seen, like, I know Natalia is a new person added to the mix, but Sasha, Bailey, the Riot Squad, how many times have they interacted on Raw in the past couple of months? It's again,
it's basically the Shield versus Braun Strowman,
Yeah.
Ziggler, and McIntyre, but for the woman.
Yeah,
I mean,
so the match meant absolutely nothing, but it was pretty solid for the most part. I did enjoy it. So next,
definitely. Yep, next, honestly, in my opinion, the show stealer, which we all knew going in, the Mae Young Classic Finals,
Yeah.
Io Shirai and Toni Storm tore the house down.
yeah, they did.
What an amazing match that was.
Another thing I will complain about, if there's something to complain about, is the fact that they got like 10 minutes.
Yeah,
and
but
they
you know what
didn't
though, I've seen people saying that, but I wasn't sitting there timing it and being like, wow, this is short. I sat there, I watched it. I feel like they got everything in that they were trying to get in, and like I said, it was a great match. Because Toni Storm's obviously one of the best. Io Shirai is one of the best.
Mhm.
So them two together, I knew it was going to be amazing.
Yeah, no, they definitely made the most out of the 10 minutes that they had. So I'm happy with that. I'm very happy with the result. I mean, Toni Storm, if you don't know who she is, you definitely know who she is by now. I mean, she's just a tremendous talent. 23 years old, same age as me, and just killing it. I mean, she is the future right there. Like she needs to go onto the main roster. Like, not enough of this NXT UK. I don't want to see her permanently there. She can have a run in NXT if she wants, but I feel like NXT UK is the same thing basically. Yeah. So she needs to be sent to the main roster. I mean, she deserves to be pushed to the moon. She's just amazing. She is absolutely incredible, and so is Io Shirai. I don't want to take anything away from her because she shined in that match too. And I thought both of them created magic. Obviously, they have history if you're familiar with their work in Japan. Just great stuff from them and a great result. Great moment for Tony afterwards with Triple H and Steph coming out.
I mean, I think that there's no doubt that Toni Storm will be in the main roster someday. Obviously, she has this good working connection with WWE through the Mae Young Classic, through NXT UK. So I think that there's not a doubt in my mind that she'll reach it eventually. But like you said, she's only 23. So, if she wants to, hold off and just do NXT UK while she takes other bookings, still goes to Japan, why not? She's young enough.
That's true. And I don't want to see her leave Progress either now. So
I think, that she's got her time.
That's a good point, yeah.
So next match, and here we get into our 3 title matches for the night, starting off with NXT Women's Championship, Shayna Baszler versus Kairi Sane. Another really good match. I think way better than their TakeOver Brooklyn match, in my opinion.
Up until this point, I said that this was the match of the night, like to myself, before obviously we'll get to the real match of the night. But yeah, I mean, there's no denying that Kairi and Shayna know each other better than anybody. I mean, how many times have they faced each other? Like, it's crazy. But they create magic every time that they're in there. And to the surprise of me and a lot of people, Shayna Baszler becomes a 2-time NXT Women's Champion. As soon as I saw her friends, Jessamine Duke and Marina Sheriff, come in and, kind of try and attack Kairi Sane, I knew Shayna was winning. It was at that moment where I knew that it was over.
Yeah, and this is a very interesting, situation that they're in now because NXT is done filming their their weekly shows for War Games. So I guess they're just gonna have to announce a match for War Games for the title. And my opinion, I don't think that Kairi Sane is in the match, or if she is, triple threat match, and someone else wins it. Because I've been hearing the rumors that after Survivor Series, they're getting some more main roster call-ups. So I'd expect Shayna Baszler to, I mean, I don't know what the point of that would be for her to hold the title for a couple of weeks, but I think that Shayna Baszler is on her way to the main roster. So
well, that's just the thing. Like, I don't hate this result at all. I happen to really like Shayna Baszler. I think she's really grown on me. I know, like, we had the same opinion when we first saw her around this time last year. We didn't like her. We didn't think she was good. But over the past year, she has really grown into something. And I don't hate the decision to take the belt off of Kairi Sane. To me, I love Kairi. She's great. But I don't know. She doesn't scream champion to me. I don't know what it is.
Well, when she's going up against someone like Shayna Baszler, she's this short little girl. I mean, she, like I said, going up against Shayna Baszler, it's almost like, how can she beat her? Obviously, TakeOver Brooklyn, she won with a roll up, so it's kind of like, like Shayna Baszler said, she didn't lose, she beat herself.
Yeah.
So like I said, it makes sense for her to almost win the belt back.
But the thing too, like you said, for the War Games or whatever, so Bianca Belair has to be next in line in the running for a women's title match. It's gonna be weird if they do heel versus heel. That's why I thought it was a given that Kairi was gonna retain the belt here. So very surprised. I'm intrigued to see where it goes. Triple H obviously knows what he's doing, and if Jessamine Duke and Marina Sheriff are going to be involved moving forward, like if this was their official debut. Them in Shayna Baszler's corner is going to work for the time being, and maybe that's why they gave the belt to her. So maybe, who knows? But yeah, very, very good match and shocking result.
Yeah, now going from one great match to the next, Becky Lynch and Charlotte tore the house down in the first ever last woman standing match, second ever, but who cares at this point?
Yeah.
But what a match that was. Becky going to this match, the loudest chants I've heard. When Charlotte was in the ring and the Becky chant started. It was nuts. It was deafening, all the Becky chants.
She is so over. It's unbelievable. And that's what happens in WWE. You can sink all the way to the bottom of the ocean. You could be at the lowest of low. And then, boom, just out of nowhere, a spark or a change in character. And you could just rise up and just explode. Becky Lynch had nothing. After she lost to Alexa Bliss in 2016, which is where Bliss really took off, Becky sunk down into the ocean. She was literally underwater for 2 years. Got nothing. No opportunities.
I remember we were all we were all mad. We were like, we all push Becky, get Becky an opportunity.
Yeah.
Becky deserves it. And, like I said, you just got to wait. It's, everyone's time's going to come.
Now look at her. She is the greatest thing on WWE television. I mean, it's unbelievable.
So good that I've heard reports that now they're considering throwing her in the potential Mania main event this year with Charlotte and Ronda.
I read something like that too.
Yeah.
I mean, it's too early to tell for that, but
but
if she keeps this up, it's just, I would not put it past them. So yeah, this match, in my opinion, is a match of the year candidate, without a doubt. It's one of the best women's matches.
Honestly, match of the year for both men and women, I'd say.
Yeah.
3 table spots. They had the announce table spot, Charlotte spot in the ring, and the Charlotte going through it on the outside.
Yeah.
Where Becky picked up the win. And all the chairs, the kendo sticks.
Oh, they told an incredible story when Becky's on one side tossing chairs in, Charlotte's on the other tossing another.
Everyone's chanting ECW.
Yeah.
It's like.
And the slam that Becky slammed Charlotte through all those chairs, there was some intense moments in that match, and then where Charlotte does the figure 4 through the ladder.
That was very creative, unique, something I've never seen before.
Absolutely, and let's talk about our experience as fans first. So you had a great seat ringside, fourth row?
Fourth row, right on the camera side.
So you paid for that, and as a good brother, you sent me a screenshot of your ticket on your phone, and I ended up getting it. So I ended up going down ringside when you told me there was open seats down there. I ended up sitting row 3 for that match, ringside, and you could check it out on our Instagram.
Paid less than me and got a row in front of me.
Yeah, I paid $200 less and sat a row in front of Nick, who paid way too much for my liking.
You know what though? Way too much, but it was way too much before the event, but totally worth every penny I spent on it throughout the entire event.
Absolutely.
Honestly, it's a little announcement. If you've never sat floor at a pay-per-view before, do it. It is such a great experience being that close to the ring.
Oh, I agree.
You get to take home the chair. I'm sure you've seen pictures of the chairs online. Definitely a great experience.
Yeah, so go on our Instagram at the Wrestle Radar and check out some of our photos from ringside. We had an incredible view of the ending of the Becky Lynch Charlotte match. Just crazy good. So well done by both ladies. The only thing the problem I had was, does Charlotte know the difference between standing and being down? I don't know if
there were a couple of times where it'd be 8 or 9, and she'd be on one knee and they'd stop the count.
I couldn't see it from where we were sitting, but I went to go watch the finish. I rewatched the match last night. she's standing basically. She's not standing straight up, but like both of her knees are off the ground. To me, if both of your knees are off the ground, that's standing.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, I don't know if she knows the difference between that. Either way, that doesn't take anything away from how good the match was. Also, too, she had a botched moonsault, trying to go for the moonsault through the table. But I like the fact that she put Becky right back on it and did something else because she knew that she wanted to get that table spot
and
right.
You can tell that she knows what she's doing because she didn't just put Becky on the table and go right back up. She put her on the table and started punching her.
Yeah.
So she sold it to where she had to get her down for even longer. Like I said, these two, they just work beautifully together.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously they were, they're best friends, so obviously they can. I'm sure they're talking all the time on things they can do, and they can, push the envelope a little bit on each other.
Yeah.
Knowing that, they're not going to take anything to heart.
Absolutely. I just can't say enough good things about this match. I mean, it was literally the highlight of the pay-per-view. I mean, like we said, the whole event was great, but this one stands out as one of the best matches. So
definitely.
Hats off to both of them.
And it was great because we were on such an adrenaline high from that match, going right to the main event, Nikki Bella versus Ronda Rousey, which, okay, I'll admit, when they announced Nikki Bella was in the main event of Evolution, I was like, all right, I mean, I don't really think she deserves it, but I understand why. Walking throughout the concourse of the Coliseum, outside of the Coliseum, in the hotel across the street, just Nikki Bella, Bella Army, Bellalution everywhere.
Oh, my God.
I mean, it was, I compared it to at NXT TakeOver Brooklyn, the amount of Undisputed Era shirts you saw. They're just everywhere. I mean, their following is huge. They had, meetups in the city. They had the meetup outside in the concourse beforehand. That actually got shut down by security. We actually went over to go check it out, and there were that many people there for, like, the Bella rally, and it got shut down by security. Like, it just shows, like the type of fan base and the following that she really does have. It really was incredible. And the chants that, for her during the match, and
yeah, that's like you said. That's why the match went down. I mean, nobody can deny that. That's why the match happened because Nikki Bella is one of the most popular women on the roster. Due to how she's on the reality shows and how she's featured like that, and obviously Ronda Rousey is one of the biggest mainstream stars as well. That's the only reason that match went down. I mean, you can't tell me that there's any other reason. I mean, why Nikki Bella, somebody who hasn't been around in years, just returns out of nowhere and gets to main event the Evolution pay-per-view. Like I'm not gonna get upset about that because again I understand it, but that's the only reason because it's not like she earned a title opportunity.
And it gained exposure for the pay-per-view. I had people telling me, people talking about the pay-per-view. Oh, see Nikki Bella versus Ronda Rousey, but that they don't even watch wrestling. But it's just out there. Obviously, all of the morning shows picked it up. I mean, I'm sure Nikki Bella did a couple of the morning shows. Ronda Rousey did a couple of them.
Yeah. So
it's good PR, good promotion for them.
So what'd you think of the match overall?
I mean, I think it was your standard Ronda Rousey match. I mean, she got her offense, and then she got kind of played defense for a little bit. And, Nikki got a lot of offense, and then just like that, Ronda flips the switch, armbar, done. And I mean, I'm not saying I love Ronda Rousey. I didn't post yet, but I'll post on the Radar account. I actually moved over to the first row, right in the corner, for Ronda Rousey's entrance, and I got to high five her as she walked by. I'm on TV. If you watch it back, I'm wearing my Eagles hat, my Ronda Rousey shirt. So definitely a cool, moment experience for me right there. But, I love Ronda Rousey, but I'm not going to take anything away from her matches that they are mostly the same.
Yeah,
they follow the same pattern. But, I mean, hopefully over time, maybe she can adapt kind of like Shayna Baszler did.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I think she's only getting better. I mean, like you said, it's typical Rousey match where she's flinging Nikki around,
hip toss,
after hip toss, and then, like you said, Nikki got her offense in. Brie Bella got involved a little bit. Like it was exactly what it needed to be, and it was what it was. There was no surprise that Ronda Rousey ended up winning in the end. But, I'm curious to see now. Obviously, we know what Ronda's going to be doing at the next pay-per-view. But what does Nikki Bella do from here on out? Does she stick around? Does she get another opportunity? I mean, she tapped out. So
I mean, I don't think so, only because isn't there a new season of Total Divas coming out soon?
There's always a new season
of
Total Divas.
So I feel like, this was kind of just, promote that, and then she's going to go away again, which, I mean, that's another reason why I'm not the biggest fan of Nikki Bella, because I don't like people who play that role that they come back and when they need something and then they go away to go do everything else.
Yeah.
I mean, but, I guess, she's busy. She's got a million companies and
she's
TV
got a
shows,
million other brands and things to do, like Cena. So she came back for this. I'm sure she'll be back. Well, maybe not back. Maybe she'll stick around to be in the Women's Royal Rumble, I'm sure, because that's coming up again. So, she'll probably stick around. But, Ronda Rousey, wins the match, no surprise, and that's the pay-per-view. And I do like the ending of the pay-per-view. And now we could not see this from where we were sitting, but we looked up at the Titantron, and what a great moment to see all the women on the stage as the show goes off the air. I thought that was really well done. It was a good idea. Whoever thought of that.
Yeah, definitely. It was a good way, to end it and have them all there and be able to be celebrated. You get to, look at the crowd and fall and everyone. And you can even see, I saw, a lot of the NXT women were back there too. Like, Tainara Conti, Candice LeRae, Bianca Belair, they were all back there. All the way in the back, but, just out there because, they'll be there one day. If the reports are true and if Evolution was that much of a success and it becomes an annual event, which I hope it does because it was a great night overall.
I think it should,
Yeah, they'll all be there.
Yeah, absolutely. Then after the event, I want to mention this too. So after the event, we hung out with all of our buddies too. Went back over to the Marriott across the street from the Coliseum. Not even with the intentions of meeting wrestlers or anything like that, but just the fact that, we just wanted to hang out a little bit. We didn't want to go home right away. And we're just sitting there, and all of a sudden a crowd of people just started crowding around the door. And who comes strolling on in? It's Becky Lynch, and everybody just going nuts for her. I mean, it was. I might actually post the video on Instagram. I posted it on the story if anybody saw that. But I think I might post it on our actual account, so stay tuned for that. Where she walks in, you could tell right away she's just like taken back, like whoa, like did not expect that. People chanting her name, it was crazy.
Like I said, me and Ryan aren't the ones to go up to wrestlers in public and take pictures.
No.
But if I didn't already love Becky Lynch before, I love her now even more because she stood there, just despite security telling her that she needs to go, she needs to hurry up, she needs to move. She flat out told security, so these are my people. I'm not, it's fine. And she took pictures with everybody. And when I mean everybody, I say everybody.
Oh man.
Like my friend got a picture, our friend Tom got a picture, didn't like it, swooped back around and got another one.
Yeah. I mean, it's crazy. She literally got everybody. I'm going to flash it for those of you who are watching on Facebook Live and on YouTube. I'm going to flash it if you could see it if you have not seen it already. I don't know how good it comes in on there, but you could get the idea. That's my picture with her. Again, so much respect for her for doing that. Especially after the match.
Coming off the heels of that brutal match. I mean, she took the table spot. She took everything.
And she had her Whole Foods bag in her hand. Like, she wanted to go upstairs, but she wanted to greet everybody as well. I had somebody tweet me, not tweet me, but I tweet like somebody who took a picture with her, and it was floating around on my Twitter, and the guy said, "Oh wow, I feel so bad for her, just trying to get upstairs and everybody bombarding her. She looks miserable in all the pictures." And I tweeted back at him, I was like, wrong, and I said, she basically told the guy, the security guard, like, these are my people. Like, she didn't smile and she looked miserable because
trust me, if she
wanted a heel,
if she wanted to go up to her room, she could have said, "Come on, security, help me out."
Ran right up there.
And they would have pushed people out of the way, and she would have gotten right up to the elevator and up to her room in 2 minutes.
She got everybody. It's not even an exaggeration. Every
down
person.
From outside when she got out of her car to inside by the lobby to over by the hallway down to the elevators. Just people coming up to her, and like I said, every single person she stopped for a picture. And look, I understand that I'm not one of those that think that we the fans are owed anything. So wrestlers want to take a picture, fine. They don't got to take it. It's their own time. But I do appreciate it when they do take their time and give back to the fans.
Oh, of course, and that makes you love and respect them even more. So if Becky Lynch was always one of my favorites to begin with, but even more so now. I mean, she's just amazing. I bought her shirt too at the event. She's on a roll right now, and we really have to settle in and enjoy the ride because, again, when it's over, she could be sinking again. You never know. So let's enjoy what we have with Becky right now because she is an absolute star, and she is just killing it right now at the moment.
Yeah, and speaking of Becky, me and Ryan purchased our tickets to meet Becky Lynch in December at I Play America, this arcade, I don't know what they even call it. It's like an arcade, indoor.
Yeah,
they got go-karting and things like that. So we're gonna go meet her. Maybe we'll make a day in the life video for you.
Unfortunately, no day in the life video for Evolution. I guess
slipped my mind.
I guess we were having too much fun, Nick.
Yeah, I didn't even cross my mind to pull out the camera and start filming which I mean it's got to take time to get used to when you start a new YouTube channel and.
Yeah, but
it's not always on your mind to start filming. But definitely we'll have some videos coming out in the future. We got some cool stuff coming up. We got Ring of Honor in December.
yeah, the one and especially the trips that we go on too. If we're getting on a plane or going to a different state for an event, you could better believe that there'll be a vlog coming out. I guess that too. Like it wasn't an out of state trip. It was 20 minutes from our house. We just it wasn't on our mind. We had a lot to do with the tailgate as well too, buying food and grilling and all that stuff. So slipped our minds, but overall, just a great day on Sunday. Great Evolution event, and like you said before, I think they should have this every single year.
Definitely. I mean, if they're locked into a deal with Saudi Arabia for the next 10 years, why not give the women their show? They're going to give the men their show,
Yeah,
give
right.
the women their show. And, I mean, you saw the amount of people that flew to New York. I never thought people would fly and come to Long Island for an event. The amount of people that flew into New York and, came for this event is... it was crazy seeing all these people, coming in.
I know. I mean, the place
it just shows how much power that they really got in these events.
I mean, like you said before too, and we didn't really touch on it. The crowd was amazing. I mean, all night. Not even just for Becky Lynch, which we talked about. The whole night they were hot for everybody. So great crowd, and it just shows.
Even the Battle Royal for all 20 entrances, which I do. That's another thing I wanted to touch on. I like that. I like how they gave each woman their entrance because if they're gonna throw them in a battle royal, at least give them their time to shine, get their name announced. So I definitely like that instead of them all walking out together.
Yeah, poor Iconics, man. I mean, coming out.
Yeah, I know.
Talking smack on the mic and then lasted 2 seconds in the ring. It's just why is that necessary?
Yeah, I mean, I just find that point, especially true for WrestleMania when that happens. Like someone gets their entire day spent. Getting their gear on for 2 seconds in a battle royal, and that's it.
How about Mike Kanellis coming out for the Greatest Royal Rumble? Flew all the way to Saudi Arabia to get eliminated within 3 seconds. It's stupid. I hate that. But as I was saying, Long Island was hungry for a pay-per-view. Finally got it, and we need more because you just can't beat it. You really can't.
Yeah, and I mean, it's the perfect location because obviously you have New York City 45 minutes away from here. And you got all the press and all the radio stations, TV shows filming there, and you got a great setup with the Coliseum and the Marriott right next to each other. Yeah. And you got the full parking lot, people can tailgate, and it's just a good area. And I definitely think they will come back for more pay-per-views.
Let's hope so. So yeah, that was Evolution in a nutshell. Let's hope again we get future events, future women events, and maybe we'll get another one next year. So
hopefully.
Yeah, let's hope.
All right, so move on to Monday Night Raw. Not much. I mean, as per usual, not much coming out of Monday Night Raw.
Yeah, the first one without Roman Reigns.
Yeah.
Very weird, very strange not to have him there. God, I mean, I miss him already. I really do. I mean, just knowing what he's going through.
And you're gonna. I mean, that one video. I'm not sure if you saw it, but got to me a little bit. How 2 weeks ago Roman Reigns visited the Children's Hospital and visited all these children battling cancer, and now. And a week later, he finds out he's in the same boat, and the kids had the message for him. So, I think it's good that they're rallying behind him on Monday Night Raw.
Yeah.
During the matches, they're giving their little homage to him, whether it's the fist or moves. So I think Roman won't be around, but he'll be around in spirit if they play the video. I mean, they played the video of him saying he has the cancer many times on Raw.
Yeah,
almost too many.
I mean, I don't want to
sound disrespectful.
Right, right. But
I mean, they played it 4 times on Monday Night Raw.
But that's what WWE does. They play the same thing every they shove it down your throat. They make sure it. I'm telling you, if somebody hasn't watched the programming and you skip all these weeks, you'll still know what's going on through their video packages and through Michael Cole shoving it down your throat. So there's no way of not knowing. But not much, like you said, happened on Raw.
Yeah,
not
I mean,
much.
we had the show open with Seth Rollins coming out, and man, did I miss the Burn It Down.
Yeah,
I haven't heard that theme song in so many weeks, and it just felt good to come back. He's calling out Dean Ambrose. Ambrose appears from the crowd and says nothing. So we've got no answers. Rollins did not come out with the tag team titles, so there's that. So those belts are sitting off to the side when we have tag team matches going on with actual tag teams.
Yeah,
and we have AOP destroying people every week, but just give them the titles. What would it hurt to throw the titles in AOP?
I have a feeling eventually, Dean Ambrose and Seth are gonna have to defend the titles, and then like Ambrose is gonna like do something to Seth that causes like AOP to win or something. Because that's the only team I could see taking these titles off of them.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I was looking forward to this segment all night. You know, Rollins was hot on the microphone. Very, very good promo from him, and basically carried the whole segment because Ambrose didn't say anything. But, you know, I kind of like that in a way. It keeps us guessing, keeps us wondering what's going to happen. You know, this is a show that never ends, so they have to keep going every single week, so they need more and more content. So we'll find out, hopefully, you know, on Raw next week. But, yeah, the storyline progression here is key, and I think this was the main thing I was looking forward to, and we didn't get anything.
Yeah, no, definitely disappointing. I mean, like I said, nothing else really big happened on Raw.
I want to talk about the match that got announced, though, for Survivor Series, Survivor Series, Nick. I mean, check the calendar. I mean, tomorrow is already November. Survivor Series is like 2 weeks away, 3 weeks away. Like, it's crazy.
Yeah, I mean, they really booked themselves into a hole planning Crown Jewel,
Yeah.
you know, November 2nd, because following that, they only have, like I said, 2 Raws to really... I mean, lucky
2 Raws, yeah.
I mean, lucky for them, Survivor Series is not a pay-per-view that you have to do a lot of building for because it's Raw versus SmackDown, champion versus champion. But, I mean, it's still, you know, it's still going to feel very rushed.
Of course, but I'm really excited for the match that they did announce, Ronda Rousey and Becky Lynch. And you can kind of tell if you follow them on Twitter, you know, throughout the day on Monday, Becky and Ronda were going at it on social media. Ronda Rousey followed Becky Lynch where she replied she tried. They both held the titles up in the air as Evolution went off the air. So you could kind of tell it's what they were teasing towards. And boy, I cannot wait for this match.
It's definitely going to be a great match because... I mean, I know I'm conflicted because I love Ronda Rousey, but I also equally love Becky Lynch. So I'm just gonna watch the match and shut up and not have a side really in it.
It's gonna be interesting how they book that. It really is because both of them are red hot at the moment, and I don't really think a loss hurts Becky Lynch. I mean, a loss though to Ronda Rousey would be like insane.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't know.
I feel like I don't want them to do this. Because I don't think this a match that should end in disqualification, but I think that's the only way to go right now.
Yeah.
Is to have someone either have Charlotte attack Becky and, you know, either have her attack Becky and that's how Ronda wins, or attack, you know, Becky and then someone gets disqualified, or Becky uses a weapon,
or somebody's shoulder, or both shoulders are up, somebody's shoulders are up. You know the things that they could do to get away with
some
that
kind of way like that. Because like I said, a pinfall hurts both. I mean, Ronda's not getting pinned. We know that for a fact.
Right.
And a pinfall hurts Becky Lynch. So, or a submission. So
it's
going to be interesting how they do book that.
Yeah, we'll definitely see what happens as Survivor Series is a couple of weeks away. And then, you know, the main event spot was literally no different than it was the Raw before Australia with the Brothers of Destruction and DX. Didn't really get anything there. Shawn Michaels, sweet chin music to The Undertaker when Triple H came out and attacked him from behind, and that was it. That's all we got to lead up to Crown Jewel.
Undertaker sits up and they stare at each other.
Yeah. So that was Raw.
Not much.
Nothing else to really talk about there. SmackDown Live, though, news coming out: Daniel Bryan will not be at Crown Jewel. Also, too, we can mention that John Cena is not at Crown Jewel either. Got replaced by Bobby Lashley on Raw. But Daniel Bryan not going to be there. He's featured in a huge WWE Championship match, which ended up taking place at the beginning of SmackDown. Tremendous match between these two, and this is exactly what these two are capable of. And if you really know these two, you shouldn't be surprised at all.
Yeah, no, I mean, we saw this match on the SmackDown after WrestleMania. It was the main event of that show. AJ Styles versus Daniel Bryan. Quick match, but still good match. Obviously, they're two amazing wrestlers, so you wouldn't expect anything different from them. But, as of the recording of this podcast on, Wednesday night, we still don't know what the plan is for Crown Jewel, because as of right now, they haven't pulled anybody out of that title match.
What, the WWE title match? Yeah, they announced Samoa Joe versus AJ Styles.
Oh, they did?
Yeah, because after the match...
I'm out of the loop.
Yeah, Samoa Joe comes in and attacks AJ.
Yeah, I know Samoa Joe did, so I figured that would be
they announced that, yeah. So Samoa Joe getting that opportunity. So, yeah, I mean, they just pulled that out of nowhere because the last I heard, Samoa Joe was injured, and he just randomly comes back. So, I mean, hey, good for them for having a good backup plan. It's something that makes sense, So
yeah, I mean, and good on Daniel Bryan for sticking to his word and not going. Same for John Cena. I think that I mean, obviously these guys know where they are in the company. If they, like a guy like Rusev or I don't know, like Andrade St. Almas, like they can't say no, I'm not going because they'll get in trouble. But guys like Daniel Bryan and John Cena, they're not going to get repercussions for this.
Well, that's just the thing. Yeah, like not everybody could just tell them, no, I'm not going to travel with you. Again, if it was anybody but these two guys, I mean, they like you said, they know their power, they know their status in the company. Heck, if Daniel Bryan went to them, obviously said, I'm not going. If they go, okay, Daniel, you're fired, he'd be like, okay, he'd be out the door quicker than he could respond. I mean, he knows he could go to Ring of Honor, New Japan, anything, and be okay. John Cena, they're never gonna fire him. I mean, like he's not stupid. He knows that. So I mean, yeah, they can do whatever they want, and like I said, respect to both of them for sticking to their word.
Yeah, definitely. Also on SmackDown, we had Becky Lynch coming out with the man. She is now the man, Becky Lynch. She had the shirt on. She had a good promo. Calling out Charlotte, calling out Ronda.
Yeah.
Obviously, every single week she just keeps on getting better and better. Let's see what else we had. Oh, we had a trick or street fight between the New Day and Cesaro. It was a gimmick match. I mean, there wasn't really much to that.
It wouldn't be Halloween without a trick or street fight in WWE.
Some weird gimmick match. It wouldn't be a holiday without a weird gimmick match. Yeah. And then the main event, Rey Mysterio teaming up with Jeff Hardy. Gotta be honest, I like this. I mean, if I love both men respectively in their roles, but I would really love if they became a tag team.
Oh yeah.
I mean, that would just be insane.
It's like a dream tag team.
Because Rey Mysterio and Jeff Hardy, the two probably my favorites when I was younger.
Yeah.
So them together. It was just magic. They defeated Randy Orton and The Miz, but Randy Orton coming back into the ring and attacking everybody.
Yep, the almighty Randy Orton.
I don't really see, any point of it. It did nothing. God. I mean, SmackDown ended with him on top in the corner, but it didn't do anything. I mean, what is it set up?
I don't know. Randy Orton is as stale as a piece of bread. I'm telling you. Yeah. I could not care less about Randy Orton anymore. I really don't. I got everybody laughing here in the studio. I just don't. I could care less what anything Randy Orton does anymore. I mean, he's past his time, and I respect the fact that unlike John Cena, he's still around, he's still traveling. But why does he have to get over all the time? Why? I mean, why is it necessary for him to stand tall over some of the other guys that we want to see standing tall?
Yeah, I don't know. Like you said, it's just like I feel like when he comes in to do stuff, he has like he'll have a feud here and there, but. It never amounts to anything.
Right.
I mean, he's obviously had the thing with Jeff Hardy, and then for like 2 weeks he did it to Ty Dillinger, and they kind of abandoned. I mean, I think Ty Dillinger's hurt, but they abandoned that.
Yeah, he's hurt now. Yeah.
But I mean, add him to the list of everyone that's injured.
Yeah, I know. They're catching the injury bug right now. But obviously, Ty Dillinger, we wish him the best, but it's not like it's a tremendous loss. Not like he was doing anything to begin with. But let's talk about this World Cup now. So they came out with the brackets, and I was wondering what the World Cup was all about. I kept wondering, and they never specified exactly what it was. And now we get brackets, and we now know, too, from SmackDown, Shane announced that if a SmackDown, superstar doesn't win, or whoever is in the finals for SmackDown, and whoever loses, if he loses, he's fired from SmackDown. I don't know if you heard that too. He's fired, so he's going to go to Raw, I guess. So maybe they'll do a trade. But the first round matchups are Seth Rollins versus Bobby Lashley, Kurt Angle and Dolph Ziggler, Jeff Hardy versus The Miz, and Rey Mysterio versus good old Randy Orton. So some pretty intriguing matches here, I got to say.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I think this is obviously going to be the undercard for Crown Jewel because
they haven't announced a lot of matches.
If you look at the rest of the card, there's not that much to it.
Yeah.
I'd imagine these are going to be quick matches. I mean, at least the first round will be some quick matches.
I would assume, At least, like the first round, exactly.
I mean, I think it's just another gimmick. I mean, there's not much. Just like the Greatest Royal Rumble, when Braun Strowman won. Whatever happened, nothing came out of it. It's going to be the same thing as, he's the best in the world. Not really, because I was his better wrestlers out there.
Right.
But, I mean,
all right, so
there's not much to it.
Let's just give our quick predictions here of what we think's going to go down. So, Seth Rollins or Bobby Lashley?
Seth Rollins.
Seth Rollins for me as well. Kurt Angle, Dolph Ziggler.
Kurt Angle.
Angle as well. Jeff Hardy and The Miz.
Jeff Hardy.
Yeah, I think Jeff too. Rey or Orton.
Rey Mysterio.
This one's tough.
I'm going to say Rey Mysterio only because it's in Saudi Arabia and people I feel like he's one of those wrestlers that people are going to want to see, so they're going to probably push him a little bit further.
Yeah, all right. I'm going to go Rey too. So got Seth Rollins and Kurt Angle. My God, let me tell you, if Kurt Angle's in great shape, which I would assume he's been training, I think that's why he took a vacation too recently. My God, this could be a really good match, Kurt Angle and Seth Rollins.
Yeah, I mean, that's something that you'd expect to see at WrestleMania. I mean, I guess this is the Saudi Arabia WrestleMania, but definitely that's going to be a good match. And I mean, see, like I said, I want to say Seth Rollins is going to win that match, but like I said, because it's in Saudi Arabia and like I said, they like seeing the stars of the past. They want they rumor that they want The Rock. They want these guys. I could easily see Kurt Angle going to the finals of this thing.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Seth Rollins. Actually, I think that they'll do. I guess I wouldn't say the right thing, but the thing that makes sense the most. I mean, again, Kurt Angle winning this, claiming himself as the best in the world. I mean, I don't know. I'm just gonna go with Seth Rollins just for that reason. So Jeff Hardy,
and Rey Mysterio.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, I'd say Rey Mysterio going to the finals.
Oh boy, I'm just gonna say Rey Mysterio because I want to see Seth Rollins versus Rey Mysterio. I mean, oh my God, like I know we talk about Crown Jewel controversy. We don't agree with them traveling there. I am watching for this and for a couple of other things, but I mean, God, we can get some dream matchups in this World Cup tournament. So
yeah, definitely. And then I mean, like you said right there, the finals could easily be Seth Rollins versus Rey Mysterio, and I think that in that case
you think it's going to be Kurt Angle, Rey Mysterio? So you think Kurt's going to win then?
But see, I mean, I can't see Rey Mysterio getting fired from SmackDown. I mean, I don't know why they added that clause onto it.
I literally just predicted the whole tournament with forgetting the whole stipulation that I literally just said before I started predicting. So
it's a weird stipulation because, like you said, I mean, I can't see Rey Mysterio going to Raw. He just came back.
If that's the case, then
I
can't
see Jeff Hardy going to Raw. I can't see Randy Orton going to Raw. I can't see Miz going to Raw.
I mean, I can see the Miz going to Raw just because, like, out of all of them, like, I don't know.
What would he do? I mean, unless
I don't know. But what is he doing now? Is he going to get? Is he going to jump into the title picture? Like, I have no idea.
I mean, unless their plan is for one of these guys on the SmackDown side to hop into the Universal title picture sometime soon, and that's why they made this, this stipulation so late.
Yeah,
I pray to God it's not Randy Orton, because
God, don't
Randy Orton hopped in the Universal title picture.
If Randy Orton claims himself as the best in the world, I'm done. I'm just forget about it because he's not even close to that right now. But anyways, World Cup should be good. A lot of dream matches. You think Kurt Angle, I think Seth Rollins. Either way, we can agree it'll be a Raw superstar because if they added the stipulation for SmackDown, it's got to mean something, right? I mean, they didn't add a stipulation for Raw, so it is what it is. That should be pretty cool.
But we'll hop back into the Crown Jewel card probably to finish out the show.
In a couple minutes.
I want to talk about the Cruise of Jericho that I think concludes today.
Yeah, it's over as of today. Yep.
Man, what a cool concept. That was the pictures, the videos I've seen. I really wish that we could have been there, and I'm telling you that if they do a second one, me and Ryan will be on it. We will vlog it. Hell, maybe we'll do a live podcast from it. Who knows? Just such a cool concept. Chris Jericho's Rockin' Wrestling, Rager at Sea. I mean, they had rock concerts, wrestling, podcasts. It was almost like a Starcast, just in the ocean.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, literally, there's wrestling matches in the middle of the ocean with a pool right behind it. It just like the whole setup was tremendous. And I tweeted this too on Saturday, right when I saw the picture. I was like, when he announces the second one, I'm all in because there's no way I'm missing that again.
We are booking the cabin.
It's just an unbelievable experience, and everybody that I've heard of that has been on it said the same thing. Like, it's just like an incredible experience. Like it's just unlike anything they've ever heard, before. Always want to encourage everybody to get in on the conversation on Facebook Live. So thank you for everybody that continues to do that every single week. Mario Martinez Jr., thank you so much, buddy, for joining as always. He says, "What's good, boys? It's going to be an annual thing, guaranteed." I totally agree with that. It has to be. I mean, it was successful from what I heard of, so why wouldn't they capitalize and do it again? It's just like All In, basically. I mean, there's an All In 2 coming. We know that.
We're in the time of wrestling where certain people can do anything, and people will go. Like the Young Bucks and Cody, they could do a wrestling match. I don't know, what's a weird place? Like a wrestling match on a farm, and people would go and they'd sell it out. I mean, it's gotten to the point where any type of gimmick or any type of event that these wrestlers, Chris Jericho, the Elite, Young Bucks, people them, they create, people will go. It's almost like the Field of Dream. If you build it, they will come. I mean,
exactly, yeah. I also want to give a shout out from Mario. I'm going to give him some love here. Go follow him, Lucha Outsiders, on Instagram, and go watch his show, the Lucha Outsiders show. Good stuff by him. So definitely check him out and go support him as well because we're all trying to make a name for ourselves. We're all creating something special. So definitely go check him out and show him some love as well.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah, so again, they had some really great matches. Cody, Marty, Hangman, Kenny, Bucks. They were all on the ship.
Yeah, we had Y2 Jackson. No, it was the Bucks of Jericho, or is it Y2 Jackson versus, I believe it was Cody, Marty, and Hangman. And Jericho actually came out, tassels and everything on his gear, dressed like the Young Bucks for the night. I think that was cool. And then we saw the pictures came out last night of the Elite dressed as the cast of Super Mario.
Mm-hmm.
They were all in their Mario costumes for Halloween. I think they versed LAX.
Yep.
But, and the newbie and the Elite came out. I haven't had a chance to watch it.
I watched it, yeah.
Sure
funny stuff. It's not like a regular episode of Being the Elite. They kind of did something cool for Halloween. It was like a Halloween special. Definitely go check it out when you get a chance because it's great stuff. But yeah, also too, it's streaming live for Honor Club if you have that Honor Club, or on Fight TV this Saturday, the Sea of Honor tournament, which they had on the ship, and that match, the Alpha Club versus the Bullet Club, is going to be on there. So I'm definitely gonna check that out. I just want to see what it looks like. Like what the setting looks like.
It just looked cool because just seeing people everywhere, people on the floor, on the top deck. Just people in everywhere. I guess it really just show up, and wherever you can find a spot to stand and watch.
Yeah.
I doubt there were assigned spots because I didn't see any seats because still on a cruise ship, people are moving around.
They probably just announced what time the matches are going to take place.
Yeah,
I gave you right when you board the ship. They probably gave you a schedule of
itinerary.
Right, when everything is going down and people probably getting there early and stuff like that. But you could literally stand I don't know what they call it on a ship. I've never been on a cruise, but on the top deck or whatever, the ship was ginormous.
Yeah,
so you could literally stand at the top of, I guess, the deck, if you want to call it, and see the matches too. You didn't need to be right there in front row. I'm telling you, just an incredible thing. And Marius says too, it just seems like a great time overall this year in the world of wrestling. It's been incredible. Yeah, it's just awesome stuff.
Yeah, the amount of options, not even now, for just wrestling shows to watch, wrestling events to go to. Like I said, All In was it was a different kind of event that I've never been to. That was a first time event like that, traveling for an independent wrestling show.
Mm-hmm.
The Cruise of Jericho, going on a cruise to go watch independent wrestling.
Right.
It's a great time for professional wrestling. And just for fans, there's so much out there. You really can't complain about anything because if you're complaining about this, turn it off and turn on something else.
Right.
There's always something better to watch and something to watch. And like Myra said, it's a really great time for wrestling fans.
Yeah, absolutely. So definitely count us in, like we said. If there's another cruise in the future, which I can only imagine that there will be. New Japan Power Struggle is this Saturday morning, 4 a.m. If any of you crazy people like me are going to be interested in watching that. Chris Jericho defending his Intercontinental Championship against Evil. I think a lot of people are going to watch just for Chris Jericho. His first
definitely.
IWGP Intercontinental title defense. He's got to win this match, right? Obviously.
I think he does only because it's Chris Jericho, the big name. But I wonder how the people who watch New Japan, who actually live in Japan, feel about Jericho being the Intercontinental Champion, not being there. He won the title at Dominion and has not. Has not been here. He's not defended it since.
And to his defense, it's a tough spot too because again, he ran into a tough time because they had the G1 tournament, so obviously he's not going to defend any belts there. It's been tough. He could have defended it at the King of Pro Wrestling event or whatever. He didn't. This guy's a busy man. I'm telling you, he's a busy man. But whenever he does wrestle, I'm sure everybody will watch and subscribe and stuff like that. So that's why they gave him the belt in the first place. So I think he wins this match, beats Evil, and then I think Naito comes in after, and I think they set up the rematch at the Tokyo Dome. Which
that's definitely going to be a great match.
Yeah, which is coming up on January 4th. Not much else. There's a couple of other things happening on this show, but nothing of huge importance, I would say. Got a couple of tag team matches. Well, you got Taichi versus Hiroki Goto for the Never Openweight. Tomohiro Ishii versus Minoru Suzuki, which is a British Heavyweight Championship match. That's pretty interesting. Naito and Zack Sabre Jr., Finlay and Tanahashi are in a tag match against the Golden Lovers, Omega Ibushi. And then Okada and Beretta versus the Bullet Club. And Bullet Club OGs, and then you got Suzuki Gun versus Los Ingobernables. So typical New Japan show, but the highlight of this, obviously everybody's going to be watching for Chris Jericho. So definitely check that out Saturday morning on New Japan World. New Japan, again, I sound like a broken record. I just can't say it enough how great it is of a promotion.
It's definitely like when you wake up early for a New Japan show, you don't feel like you're not going to feel like you're wasting your time, because even if you are just watching a bunch of tag matches, it's still intriguing and entertaining stuff.
Exactly. So 10 more minutes left on the show here. Let's close it out with Crown Jewel predictions. I know we just predicted the World Cup tournament of who we think is going to win that. But before we start to get into the predictions, I want to talk about something that was pretty big news coming out yesterday, reported by Ryan Satin of Pro Wrestling Sheet, that Renee Young is apparently going to Saudi Arabia. I don't know how. I don't know why. I don't know how it all came about, because obviously, if you've been following, you know women aren't allowed there to perform. Somehow, she got the green light to go.
I mean, I think because, I think when they say they're not allowed to perform, it's under, like, Renee Young's not really performing. I think she's not going to dress like a normal women's wrestler would dress. Honestly, she might even have to dress, cover up even more than she would normally. Because, I think that's how they do it there. But I'm just shocked that she would even agree to this, and that they'd even want to. I mean, I think they want to send her there because they want to try and prove that the progressive city of Saudi Arabia or country of Saudi Arabia, they're trying to break boundaries or something like that. But it's just going to be a very awkward experience, awkward thing, especially for her. It's going to be awkward. She's going to be the only girl traveling there. Yeah, I mean.
Yeah. Very, very weird.
Definitely be very weird.
Yeah, but let's get into this card.
Let's get to the card.
All right, so kick things off.
I'll take it away.
Yep.
The SmackDown Tag Team Championships are being defended, not the Raw, obviously, through what's going on. The Bar versus the New Day. I don't see the New Day winning the belts back right away. So, obviously, the Bar is going to take this match. And then, we have the WWE Championship match, AJ Styles versus now Samoa Joe. Again, because of the circumstance where it was a quick switch, AJ's not dropping the belt. Honestly, I don't want to get off on a tangent. Maybe we can save this for next week. When is AJ going to drop this belt? I mean, who do you really see taking this belt from him?
I know.
I mean, he's on such a roll.
I don't know. I mean, he's had the belt for almost a year. I don't think it's been exactly a year, but it's coming up in November.
Yeah.
And if it's not Samoa Joe, obviously it's not Daniel Bryan. Yeah.
Wasn't Shinsuke?
Yeah.
I mean, those are three guys right there that all can easily have realistic and believable runs as WWE champion.
I mean, do they want him to carry the belt into Mania, which is great? Like, I don't have anything against that. Who's he going to face? I think they should have left it Daniel Bryan versus AJ dream match for WrestleMania. But see, this is what happens when you have something like Saudi Arabia and Crown Jewel. They want to stack that up, so they throw these matches away, which could potentially be big-time Mania matches, and that's the problem. So they shot themselves in the foot with this. We got a great match. I'm not saying it can't happen at Mania now, but I'm not just saying it won't be as special as it would have been if we've never seen them, like if we didn't see last night's match, So who knows? I don't know, but I think AJ retains here. I don't know. I mean, I'd be shocked if Samoa Joe pulls off the win. Just nothing tells me he's gonna.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think AJ Styles picks up the win. Going to the Universal Championship. Again, another match that had to be changed due to unfortunate circumstances. Brock Lesnar taking on Braun Strowman. I don't know. I'm going to say Brock Lesnar only because I think that he's the safe bet to put the title on until they figure out what they want to do, which it's going to suck because now no more Universal Championship on Raw again. Well, they just got it back. I just don't see Braun Strowman winning in this spot.
I'm going to say Braun just because I'm hopeful. I mean, I know what I said. I think I said this last week that I don't want to see Braun win under these circumstances, but I've changed my viewpoint on that. I don't want to see Brock Lesnar win under these circumstances.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sick and tired of getting enough of Brock Lesnar.
I think they're setting up for Braun Strowman versus Drew McIntyre feud for the Universal Championship. It just seems evident every single week that that's what they're building towards eventually. There's no reason to put the belt back on Brock. I mean, let's be honest here. There really is no reason to. And then if you put the belt back on Brock, I would assume he holds it then until WrestleMania. But who takes it off of him other than Braun Strowman?
Yeah, I mean,
nobody.
And then that's,
it's pointless.
4 or 5 months of wasted.
That's what I'm saying. So it's completely pointless.
Wasted.
Just give it to Braun. Just give it to Braun. Don't be afraid anymore. He deserves it. Give it to him. Let him feud with Drew McIntyre, and let us be happy.
Ryan's mic's falling. His camera's
camera
falling
all
down.
day. This camera is falling constantly.
Got to get a better budget for the show. So go to the main event. Triple H and Shawn Michaels versus The Undertaker and Kane. If you didn't know by now, this match has been shoved down our throat for so many weeks, so many advertisements talked about it, promos, and hopefully this is the end of whatever saga that they're trying to do between these two teams.
Yeah.
In my opinion, DX picks up the win. I don't see why they wouldn't.
Yeah, I mean, dude, I don't know. I mean, this is just like the same exact thing as Braun and Brock. I don't know which way they're going to go.
It's one of those matches where neither team needs the win. Neither team. It's not going to hurt either team if they lose, and there's no payoff. It's not going to hurt them
because none of them wrestle.
There's no payoff
on a regular basis. Yeah, right. So it's like, who cares? Like, who ends up winning this match? I mean, I don't know. Triple H got the win on Undertaker at Australia, so I assumed the Undertaker's going to get revenge on Triple H. Maybe Undertaker pins Shawn Michaels. Maybe then that provokes Shawn Michaels to want to have a rematch with the Undertaker one-on-one. I don't know. I'm going to go with that prediction that the Undertaker pins Shawn Michaels. But yeah, I mean, you think this is the main event of the show?
Yeah, I think it's going to be the main event.
See, I don't think it is. I think the World Cup, the finals are going to be the main event. I mean, hey, it's tough to call. We could sit here and debate that all night, but
who knows? I mean, if it's really a big enough match, I mean, they have been hyping up the World Cup, for the best in the world's got to finish the show.
Exactly, yeah. That's a good point. You can't tell me that somebody's going to proclaim themselves the best in the world and they can't even get the main event slot. I mean, it's ridiculous. But Crown Jewel takes place this Friday at 12 p.m. Eastern Time. If you didn't know that, after like I'm telling us every week,
5
every
seconds, even having the nerve to put it on the screen at Evolution, but
Yeah.
got met with some pretty loud boos, which I thought was pretty funny.
Yeah,
and then,
yeah.
then they immediately, honestly, people at home probably don't even realize that after, I believe it was either before or after the Becky Lynch and Charlotte match, the Jumbotron at the Coliseum showed Michael Cole, Beth Phoenix, and Renee Young talking, and they were talking about Crown Jewel, and the logo popped up on the screen, and you hear boos raining down. It didn't pick up well on TV.
Yeah,
but
I watched it back.
But in person, and then they immediately, you can tell that the Jumbotron went to black, and I thought it was pretty funny how like they were probably scrambling backstage to get that off the screen.
Oh yeah, but I'm happy. I'm happy it's getting the backlash that it's getting because it deserves to. And people could say that they have, that they understand the decision or they hate the decision. I mean, WWE was in a weird spot to begin with. This is what they get for doing business with Saudi Arabia. It's just the fact of it. And this is what they have to deal with because this is not the only show that we're going to get here. We're going to get more. We're going to get another one in April. So it's a constant, thing that's going to keep happening. So we're just going to have to sit here and watch it. And, are you going to watch it? You working on Friday?
Yeah, I mean, I get home at 2 o'clock. So, I mean, my job is pretty lenient. So I could probably put it on in my pocket and listen to whatever audio. Or maybe I can have it out for a little bit and watch something. But, I mean, I don't know. I'm only missing 2 hours. I'm sure it's going to be a 5-hour event.
Right.
I'm sure I'm only going to miss a couple of the World Cup matches and maybe like the Tag Team Championship match. I'm sure I'll be able to see, the Universal title match,
you'll see everything you want to see.
The Brothers of Destruction DX and the World Cup finals, which is really all you need to see on the show.
You'll probably miss some undercard World Cup matches, but
if I really feel the need to, I can go back and watch it, but I probably won't.
Yeah, I'm working till 1, so definitely I'm going to miss an hour of it, but I could probably watch some of it at work too. So I'm definitely going to check it out. Again, I'm not, if I don't watch, if you don't watch, it's not like it hurts WWE. Many people around the world are still going to be watching, get a million
My problem
views.
is if I don't watch it live, I'm not watching it. So
right, well, yeah.
I just don't have the time or the, just the capabilities to sit there and watch a 5-hour show where I already know all the results. I mean,
and who does, honestly?
Yeah.
All right, well, that will do it on this week's edition of the Wrestling Radar. Thank you, as always, for everybody that continues to support and watch the show every single week here on the Ram Nation Radio app and also on Facebook Live. And if you're watching this on YouTube on demand, thank you so much as well. Crown Jewel this Friday. I'm going to be like Michael Cole right now and keep telling you the Crown Jewel is this Friday at 12 p.m. Eastern Time. So try and enjoy it if you're going to watch it. Happy Halloween, everybody. And we'll be back next week, same time, same place, 6 p.m. here on Ram Nation Radio. For Ryan and Nick, we're out. See you next week.